Today we are changing the transmission fluid in the 2000 Mustang GT manual. So the first step is get it up on jack stands on all four corners. Get it level up to where you can get up underneath it. And we're gonna find our transmission under here. So it's right in front of your drive shaft. If we look here, it actually says drain. And so right there, this bolt is your drain. And then directly above it, okay, there's your drain. And I got the wrench hooked up to it. It's kind of hard to get to up in there, not gonna lie. Right up in there where the wrench is your fill plug. So first step is take out the fill plug just to make sure it's not seized up or anything before you drain all the fluid. So again, there's our drain, and right up in there, that's our fill. Alright, so we took the fill plug out and there was fluid coming out pretty heavy. Make sure you have a pan under it, because boy, I didn't. So maybe it was over full, or maybe the angle of the car is making more come out. But we're going to pull our drain plug next. Alright, that came gushing out. It's clean though, as you can see. Yeah, so this is messy. It's my first time ever doing this, but I know what I'm doing. So now I'm just gonna let that drain for a while. Alright, once that stops dripping, go ahead and put your plug back in, your drain plug. As far as tightness goes, they weren't that tight. I would say it was like 25-30 pounds of pressure, but you might look up the torque specs for this and torque it to the pounds it needs. But I'm gonna get it snug with the wrench, and then I'm gonna go like a little more, you know. Alright, I just looked it up and it said 12 to like 22 pounds for your fill and drain plugs, which I can't even get my torque wrench up in there because it's like a big old torque wrench. So I'm just gonna have to do the best I can do up in there by judging it. So 12 to 22, I'm gonna go for the top end of that, 20, 22. Alright, so I got this little pump at Walmart. This is your intake, the top part. And this is what's going to come out. We're going to transfer from this. I got this. I could have got something more expensive like Royal Purple Synchro Mesh, but I honestly couldn't find it. And this says full synthetic. So it should do the trick. Calls for like Mercon V, I believe, and this says it works for Mercon V. So basically I'm going to transfer this into that fill hole at the top until it starts to dribble out a little. And I'm gonna put the fill the plug back in. So just fill it up until it starts to dribble out just a little. Can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, but you get the general idea. It's up there. It's up there in the hole. So we're just gonna start transferring it till we get a little coming out. You can see this is sweet. I should have got one of these a long time ago. This little pump. It works really good, guys. Alright, just go slow. And I shouldn't have said just go slow until you get a little coming out, because I do have a slight drip, but I know it's not full yet. I know it's not full. When I get like a steady small stream, then I'll know for sure. Because what's happening is some of it's like dripping down the hose, like on the edge where it goes in the hole. So that's giving you that small drip. So just keep adding until we get a small, like steady stream, so you know. Very, you know, don't want it gushing, but. Alright, we got our stream. Now I'm gonna wait a second until this kind of slows down a little. When it slows down and just becomes a drip, then I'm gonna put the plug back in. As soon as that stream becomes a fast drip, I'm gonna put the plug in. Alright, so that is done. So this probably isn't the perfect way, but this is the way I'm gonna do it. This is just my way. What we're gonna do is make sure, priority number one, make sure we're not losing any fluids. So probably let this down off the jacks, and then I'll come back and check and see if I got any leaks later on around those threads. Basically I just kind of guesstimated on tightness. Like you can turn it 10 or 15 pounds of pressure quite a long time, like, because on mine there's some type of like thread locker or sealant around them from the previous person who did this. So yeah, once it got just, you know, good and snug, probably 20 pounds or so, you know, not overly tight. I didn't bury them all the way down. So yeah, we're just gonna come back and check in a little bit, let this down, make sure we don't got any fluids leaking, maybe take it for a test drive. And we're just gonna keep an eye on that for a while to make sure we're not losing any fluids. So yeah, thanks for watching.